Hollywood is having a glow-up, and it's looking younger, bolder, and more unapologetically queer than ever. From red carpet rebels to breakout heartthrobs, a new generation of gay stars is taking over the industry. And trust us, you're going to want to remember their names. Today, on Rainbow Spotlight, we're counting down the top 5 youngest gay celebrities taking over Hollywood. The fresh faces redefining stardom, one scene-stealing role at a time. We'll swoon over the musical magic of Joshua Bassett, dive into the edgy charm of Benjamin Wadsworth, get swept up by the Broadway to big screen glow of Andrew Barth Feldman, vibe with the artistic fire of Finn Argus, and fall for the irresistible charisma of Mason Gooding. These aren't just pretty faces. They're breaking stereotypes, building careers that matter, and showing the next generation of queer talent how it's done. Who do you think will take the #1 spot? Drop your guess in the comments right now, and let's find out together. Joshua Bassett, the queer pop prince winning over Hollywood, one heart at a time. Every so often, a star comes along who feels like they were made for this moment. Fresh-faced, multi-talented, and unapologetically authentic. Joshua Bassett is that star. At just 23, he's already conquered the worlds of television and music, and now he's making it clear he's here to stay. Joshua first caught the public's eye in the Disney Plus hit High School Musical, The Series. With his boyish charm, musical talent, and on-screen chemistry that sparked 1 million fan edits, he became an instant heartthrob for Gen Z. But what makes him truly magnetic isn't just his looks or his voice, it's his openness. In 2021, Joshua casually and courageously came out in an interview, saying he's part of the LGBTQ+ community. The moment went viral, but Joshua didn't make it a headline stunt. He simply spoke his truth with a shrug and a smile, setting an example for young fans everywhere that labels are less important than living authentically. Since then, Joshua has leaned into his artistry with a confidence that's impossible to ignore. His music blends heartfelt ballads with upbeat pop anthems, often touching on themes of love, heartbreak, and self-discovery. Tracks like Set Me Free and Feel Something have become queer anthems for fans who see themselves in his lyrics. On stage, Joshua is electric, the kind of performer who can have you swaying during an intimate acoustic #1 moment and dancing your heart out the next. His stage presence is effortless, drawing you in with every note, every glance, every grin. Off stage, his style evolution has been just as captivating. He's traded the Disney boy next door wardrobe for bolder choices. Tailored suits with unexpected cuts, silky shirts left just low enough to hint at a playful side, and the occasional nail polish or statement accessory. It's fashion that flirts with gender norms without ever feeling forced. But what makes Joshua so relatable is that he hasn't lost that down-to-earth energy. He's open about mental health, shares unfiltered moments with fans, and uses his platform to talk about self-acceptance. In an industry that often pressures young stars to fit into neat boxes, Joshua's refusal to conform feels quietly rebellious and wildly refreshing. In 2025, Joshua's momentum is only building. With new music on the way, acting projects lined up, and a growing presence in Hollywood's A-list events, he's poised to become not just a star, but a staple. The kind of name you'll be hearing and swooning over for years to come. From Disney breakout to queer pop prince, Joshua Bassett is proof that the future of Hollywood belongs to those who show up fully themselves and look damn good doing it. Drop a 1 if Joshua Bassett is already your ultimate Hollywood crush. Benjamin Wadsworth, the edgy heartthrob bringing queer energy to Hollywood's dark side. If Joshua Bassett is the clean-cut pop prince of this list, then Benjamin Wadsworth is the rule-breaking rebel, the one your parents might warn you about, but you can't help falling for anyway. At just 25, he's already making his mark with intense roles, striking looks, and a quiet confidence that feels dangerous in the best way. Benjamin first came into the spotlight with his role as Marcus Lopez in the cult favorite TV series Deadly Class. As the morally conflicted teen assassin navigating a brutal high school for killers, Benjamin balanced vulnerability and grit in a way that made you root for him even when he was wielding a blade. It was the kind of role that showed Hollywood he wasn't here to play it safe. Off-screen, Benjamin carries the same magnetic energy, a mix of mystery, sharp wit, and undeniable charm. His dark, brooding eyes and angular jawline give him the look of someone who belongs in a high-fashion editorial as much as an indie film. He's got that "I woke up like this" vibe that somehow works whether he's in a leather jacket or a vintage band tee. In recent years, Benjamin has expanded his range, taking on roles in both mainstream projects and indie gems. His ability to fully disappear into a character makes him one of the most watchable young actors in Hollywood. He can go from intense drama to playful banter in a heartbeat, always keeping audiences guessing. While Benjamin keeps his personal life relatively private, he hasn't shied away from leaning into queer-coded roles and celebrating LGBTQ+ visibility in media. In interviews, he's been outspoken about the importance of authentic representation, noting that audiences, especially younger ones, want characters and stories that reflect their own experiences. That openness, combined with his willingness to break the mold, has made him a low-key queer icon for fans who crave something edgier than the typical Hollywood heartthrob. And then there's the style. Benjamin's red carpet looks often lean toward the unconventional, mixing textures and silhouettes in ways that feel both modern and rebellious. Think velvet blazers with combat boots, silk shirts paired with chains, or the occasional unexpected pop of color that catches the flashbulbs just right. In 2025, Benjamin's star is only climbing. With several film projects in the pipeline and a growing cult fan base, he's positioning himself as one of those rare actors who can command both critical respect and mainstream obsession. He's not just acting in stories, he's helping shape the narrative of what Hollywood's next generation can look like. From assassin to artist, rebel to role model, Benjamin Wadsworth proves that you don't have to play it safe to win over Hollywood. And you definitely don't have to play it safe to win over us. Drop a 2 if Benjamin Wadsworth is your bad boy Hollywood crush. Andrew Barth Feldman, the Broadway prodigy, turning Hollywood into his next stage. Some stars rise fast, others seem destined for the spotlight from the moment they step into it. Andrew Barth Feldman is a little bit of both, a rare talent whose career started on one of the most prestigious stages in the world before he even had a driver's license. Andrew's big break came at just 16 years old when he was cast as the lead in Broadway's Dear Evan Hansen, stepping into a role that demands raw emotion, emotional vocal precision, and stamina beyond his years. Critics raved, audiences cried, and suddenly this teen from Long Island wasn't just living the dream, he was redefining what young talent could do. But Broadway was only the beginning. With his boy-next-door looks, sharp comedic timing, and genuine warmth, Hollywood quickly came calling. Andrew transitioned into film and television, landing standout roles that showcased his versatility. In 2023, he made a splash opposite Jennifer Lawrence in No Hard Feelings, proving he could hold his own against some of the industry's biggest names while keeping audiences laughing and swooning. What sets Andrew apart isn't just his resume, it's his authenticity. Openly part of the LGBTQ+ community, he brings a refreshing honesty to both his roles and his interviews. He talks about queerness not as a brand or hook, but as a natural part of his identity, seamlessly woven into his artistry. That sincerity resonates with fans who are hungry for stars that feel real in an industry obsessed with image. Andrew's appeal also lies in his dual energy. He's got the wholesome charm of a musical theater kid and the quiet confidence of someone who's been performing for sold-out crowds since his teens. One minute he's in a sweater with a goofy grin. The next, he's on a red carpet looking like a polished leading man. And let's talk about that voice. Warm, expressive, and instantly recognizable. Whether he's singing a heart-wrenching ballad or cracking a perfectly timed joke, Andrew draws you in and makes you feel like you're part of the moment. In 2025, Andrew is perfectly poised at the intersection of stage and screen, with upcoming projects that span both mediums. He's part of a generation of young gay actors who aren't just breaking into Hollywood. They're shaping its future, ensuring that queer stories are told with nuance, humor, and heart. From Broadway prodigy to Hollywood's newest crush, Andrew Barth Feldman is proof that talent, authenticity, and a little bit of theater kid magic can take you anywhere. And if his track record so far is any indication, we're only seeing the first act of a very long, very exciting career. Drop a 3 if Andrew Barth Feldman has stolen your spotlight. Barth. Finn Argus, the genre-defying star, redefining queer beauty in Hollywood. Every now and then, a performer comes along who refuses to be put in a box. Someone whose talent, style, and energy blur the lines between music, fashion, and film. Finn Argus is that performer. With their captivating androgynous look, soulful artistry, and unapologetic queerness, Finn is turning heads everywhere they go, and keeping them turned. Finn first rose to prominence with a breakout role in the Disney Plus film Clouds, where their heartfelt performance, paired with raw musical talent, left audiences both moved and mesmerized. But if you thought Finn was just another Disney alum, you were wrong. They quickly pivoted to bolder, queerer projects, including the Queer as Folk reboot, where they fully embraced a character that reflected both their artistry and their lived experience. As a musician, Finn doesn't play by pop's rulebook. Their songs mix dreamy melodies with introspective lyrics, exploring themes like identity, love, and self-discovery. The music feels deeply personal, almost like you've stumbled into their private journal, and yet it resonates universally. What makes Finn truly magnetic is their style. Whether they're on the red carpet in a shimmering suit that toes the line between masculine and feminine, or in an Instagram photo wearing thrifted streetwear, they always look like they're telling a story. Finn treats fashion as an extension of their identity, a place to experiment, to play, and to push boundaries without apology. Their openness about gender fluidity and queerness has made them an icon for fans who are tired of rigid labels. In interviews, Finn speaks candidly about the power of authenticity, the importance of queer representation, and the freedom that comes from rejecting expectations. That candor is part of why they've become a role model for a new generation, especially young queer people who see themselves reflected in Finn's journey. And then there's the undeniable charisma. Finn has that rare kind of star quality that feels effortless. The piercing gaze that lingers in your mind, the soft-spoken voice that draws you closer, the quiet confidence that says they know exactly who they are. It's a combination that works just as well in a gritty indie drama as it does in a high-fashion photo shoot. In 2025, Finn is everywhere. New music, new acting roles, and a growing presence in the fashion world are making them one of the most dynamic young stars in Hollywood. They're not just part of the conversation about queer visibility, they're helping lead it on their own terms. From Clouds to Queer as Folk, from pop ballads to runway moments, Finn Argus is showing that the hottest thing you can be is yourself. And they're doing it while looking absolutely unforgettable. Drop a 4 if Finn Argus is your ultimate style and screen crush. Mason Gooding, the charismatic scene stealer Hollywood can't get enough of. Some actors have it. That indefinable mix of charm, talent, and screen presence that makes you lean in every time they appear. Mason Gooding has it in spades. At just 27, he's gone from promising newcomer to one of the most magnetic young faces in Hollywood, all while quietly becoming a queer icon for the next generation. If the last name sounds familiar, it's because Mason is Hollywood royalty. Son of Oscar winner Cuba Gooding Jr., but he's carved out his own path, proving he's more than just a famous last name. Mason burst into the spotlight with roles in projects like Booksmart and Love, Victor instantly winning over audiences with his warmth and quick wit. In Love, Victor, Mason's portrayal of Andrew, the cocky yet secretly sweet high school athlete, struck a chord with viewers. The character's journey, from popular jock to a more open, empathetic young man, mirrored Mason's own commitment to bringing depth and humanity to roles that could easily be played as stereotypes. His easy chemistry with co-stars paired with that megawatt smile made him impossible to forget. From there, Mason leveled up in the Scream franchise, holding his own alongside horror legends while injecting a fresh, youthful energy into the mix. Whether he's delivering a tense line in a slasher sequence or cracking a perfectly timed joke, Mason knows exactly how to keep an audience hooked. Off-screen, Mason exudes the same charisma. His interviews are sprinkled with humor and self-awareness, and he's not afraid to talk about topics that matter, from mental health to the importance of LGBTQ+ representation. While Mason hasn't made his own sexuality the focal point of his career, he's embraced queer-coded and queer-adjacent roles without hesitation, earning him the admiration of fans who value authentic, inclusive storytelling. Then there's the style factor. Mason's red carpet looks balanced, polished Hollywood elegance with youthful swagger. Tailored suits with sneakers, bold color choices, and the occasional playful accessory that shows he doesn't take himself too seriously. He's the kind of guy who can pull off a classic tux and a retro bomber jacket in the same week, and look just as good in both. In 2025, Mason's career is only gaining momentum, with upcoming projects spanning rom-coms, thrillers, and potentially even the superhero realm. He's proving he can do it all. He's one of those actors you can easily picture leading a blockbuster or stealing scenes in an indie hit. And that versatility is a big part of his appeal. Drop a 5 if Mason Gooding is the one stealing your heart right now. And there you have it. 5 of the youngest, hottest, and most inspiring gay celebrities who aren't just making waves in Hollywood. They're changing the tide. From the soulful vocals of Joshua Bassett to the rebellious edge of Benjamin Wadsworth, the Broadway brilliance of Andrew Barth Feldman, the genre-defying artistry of Finn Argus, and the undeniable charisma of Mason Gooding. Each of them proves that the future of queer representation is brighter, bolder, and more beautiful than ever. These stars are showing us that being yourself isn't just powerful, it's magnetic. They're not waiting for permission to take up space. They're owning it, and they're doing it with talent, style, and a whole lot of heart. Now it's your turn. Which of these 5 has stolen your heart completely? Drop a comment with your ultimate crush number from 1 to 5. And let's see which star takes the crown this week. If you loved this countdown, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you never miss a moment of queer Hollywood magic. Trust us, we're just getting started.